What if the man you buried came back? And the first person he touched was your child. He kissed your daughter goodnight with the same lip you buried 6 feet under. He whispered, "I miss you," in the exact voice that once promised to protect her forever. But every time the full moon rose, something inside him grew hungrier. Tonight, you will learn why some dead men should never come home, and why the price of breaking ancestral law is always paid by the living. In the village of Umueze, deep in the palm-fringed forest of southeastern Nigeria, widows do not cry for long. They pay. Nneka was 28, beautiful once, now hollowed by 2 years of grief. Her only reason to keep breathing was 6-year-old Adanna, who still asks every single night why Papa's chair sat empty at the table. Nneka's answer was always the same: "He is watching us from the other side." But she lied. She had already decided he was coming back no matter the cost. 2 years earlier, they had buried Obinna after the haunting accident. White clothes, machete, live white chicken placed in the grave so his spirit could haunt forever. The elders warned the 7th night was the last chance. After that, the body belongs to the ancestors. Nneka has spent those 2 years stealing her late grandmother's forbidden calabash. She learnt the rule no one was supposed to speak aloud. Rule 1. The dead may only return if exhumed before the 7th night and a blood relative offer their shadow soul. Rule 2. The returned can never leave the village boundary. Rule 3. Every full moon, they must drink your blood mixed with palm wine, or both souls are dragged away forever. Rule 4. Children are safe until their 7th birthday. After that, debt must be paid in full. Tonight was the night before Adanna turned 7. Nneka had run out of time. She slipped out into the pouring rain, shovel in her hand, heart hammering louder than the thunder. Every step towards the grave felt like walking into the mouth of the ancestors themselves. She dug until her hands bled. The coffin lid creaked open like a dying scream. Obinna lay there, perfect. Not rot, no smell, just sleeping peacefully. She sliced her palm with the machete. Blood dripped into his open mouth while she whispered the shadow soul oaths over and over. His eyes snapped open. He sat up slowly, warm, breathing, real. "Nneka," he said in the voice that once made her believe in forever. She dragged him out of the grave like a thief who had stolen life itself. They ran home through the dark forest, his hand in hers, cold rain hiding her tears of terror and joy. Adanna woke to her father's arm. She screamed with pure joy. The whole village celebrated what they called a miracle granted by ancestors. Only Nneka knew the truth. She had paid with her shadow soul. For 6 full moons, everything felt perfect. Obinna worked the farm by day. He played with Adanna until she fell asleep laughing every night. He made love to Nneka like a man who had missed 2 years of her body. But he would never leave the village, not even for market day. Every full moon, he drank the blood wine without complaint. His eyes grew colder each time. Nneka told herself it was the price of love. She was wrong. He flinched when children laughed too loudly. He never once spoke about the 2 years he was dead. When Nneka asked what the other side felt like, he only smiled and said, "Some doors should stay closed." Small things began to terrify her. Adanna turned 7 at midnight, the same night she began walking into the forest while asleep. A voice only she could hear was calling her name. Nneka followed her daughter on the 3rd night, barefoot and silent. She found Obinna already waiting in the sacred clearing. machete in his hand, standing over the sleeping child. He was not protecting her. He was separating to cut her throat. Nneka stepped into the moonlight. Obinna, what are you doing? The teen wearing her husband's skin smiled. What you brought back was never your husband. The real Obinna had broken a blood oath years earlier. He murdered his own brother and called it an accident. The ancestors took his entire soul the moment he died. What Nneka assumed was already an empty vessel, a hollow, the price of breaking ancestral law. She attacked the hollow with the same machete buried with her husband. Every wound she gave, it appeared on her own body. She was bleeding out while it laughed. In her final moment, Nneka did the only thing left. She offered the last piece of her shadow soul, not to bring Obinna back, he was gone forever, but to cancel the hollow claim on Adanna. She forced the creature to drink every last drop of her blood under the blood-red moon. The hollow screamed as the ancestors came for it. It collapsed into dust beside her. Nneka died smiling. She had saved her daughter. The villagers buried Nneka beside the empty grave of her husband. This time, they placed everything the ancestors demanded. Adanna grew up with her grandmother. She remembered nothing of the father who returned, only that her mother walked into the forest one night and never came back. But every full moon, the villagers still hear faint laughter and the clink of a blood wine cup deep in the trees. A reminder, some love are so deep they must be paid for with the total erasure of itself, and the ancestors always collect what it owed. Never dig up what the forest has already claimed.